A very good morning, right? So I'm going to keep this brief. I've been not so much sharing, but making statements on Facebook as regards the next two, today and tomorrow. I need to get out of the way. The landlord is coming to inspect. So I received an email yesterday and panic set in. Right, so the panic being that I've got loads of equipment and things, like an exercise bike that is parked halfway between the kitchen and the living room for lack of space. And so they're coming to inspect. And it would be very unseemly for them to come and find my equipment all over the place like that. So what I've done is I've hired a removal company that I've used before on occasions, and they're coming to collect the things that I don't want the landlord to see. They're gonna not necessarily wait around the corner, but the brief is to hold on to them until the coast is clear. So only the good Lord knows how much that's going to cost, but needs must. And also I've hired a cleaner who's coming within this hour, between 9:30 and 10. And the remit is I'm paying him £80 to basically blitz the flat. So when they come, it will be shiny and as brand new. I mean, I don't abuse the flat anyway. Neither did my sister. It's my sister's place. She didn't abuse it. And really, the only thing I do there is I sleep, I sew, and I exercise. That's it. I don't have any wild parties or anything like that. So there's no damage to hide. It's just that I've got a lot of stuff, including the exercise bike, that I need to get out of the flat. So anyway, that said, I've arranged for people to come, and it's gonna cost me, I don't know how much. Anyways, right, so the point of this video is that although I know many people know me, and I'm not talking about the ones that I have limited contact with. I'm talking about the ones who not so much demand my time, but would try and find solutions for freeing me up. Those solutions tend to be to put my sister in a care home or to get the carer to look after her so I can go gallivanting. Right, which to me, anybody who suggests that is wicked and selfish. So I'll jump forward because I'm going to keep it short. Last week, a man at the gym, a Christian, invited me to church. He said he was doing a sermon on spiritual warfare, and I declined. I told him I don't go to church. So I saw him today. Like I said, I'm keeping this brief, so I won't go into the details, but I saw him today. And what I like to do, in order to make my point, I will rehearse various scenarios that are happening live. So live will be the landlord coming tomorrow afternoon. And I need to get rid of my stuff. So I ran that by him, and rather than say, well, if there's any way that I can help you, let me know, he said, I see your point. And then he basically said, oh, I need to go to work now, but I'll see you tomorrow. Which proved my point. You see, he wanted me to come to church And I'm sure if I had, made reference to my sister, he perhaps would have, as they do, tried to come up with a solution. But when I do actually need practical help, people will not come up with a solution. In fact, I said to him, supposing I didn't have money, what would I have done? Because nobody was going to put their hand in their pocket. And I know because in 4 years, like I'm hiring a cleaner. In 4 years, nobody's ever sort of thought, well, I'm seeing that you're looking after our sister, our friend, our whoever she is to them. Why don't we sort of club together and help you to pay for a cleaner? Why don't we take turns and bring meals so that you don't have to concern yourself with anything like that? Right, so I already know that nothing is going to be forthcoming, especially when it comes to putting hands in pockets. I also, in my long statement on Facebook, because I post to make people think, not to tell people what to think. And it's not like I presume to make myself an educator. I do it because so that people can look at themselves. So when I'm hostile and I say I don't have much confidence in human beings, I am making a true statement, because in 4 years, whenever I've needed anything, I've had to pay for it. If I've needed any kind of help, like for example, it's summer and I need to take my sister to the park, or because it would be nice for her to be outside, I will need to pay somebody to come and help me to get her downstairs and to the park. It's not going to occur to anyone concerned, hey, why don't we take your sister to the park? That's not going to occur because that requires effort. What will occur is, if they want to consume my time, come here, come there. Like I have one friend who's always asking me if I want to come to the pub for a drink. He's housebound and he has his children, he has family, he has friends, and I don't know what the state of play with that is, but the fact that I'm here with my sister, who is unable to fend for herself, I still have people knowing that, trying to get me to come and hang out with them or whatever it is that they desire. So with these experiences as my guide, then increasingly my esteem for human beings decreases. So I still was able to go to the gym this morning, because this is what money does. I mentioned this in the book. Money is a middleman. It pays for things. It doesn't actually bring happiness. It just makes life convenient. If I need to pay, like I said, for the delivery, the removal men to come and remove my exercise bike and various other things and hold them for me temporarily and then return them when the coast is clear, I wouldn't have been able to have them do that unless I could pay them. Same with the cleaner. Of course, I'm sure, like one of the carers said, she's got a friend who's a cleaner if I'm looking for a cleaner. But I'm not actually looking for someone who's looking for work. I'm looking for somebody who does that for a living and would be willing to come and do the job that I need them to do. I don't want to have to coach somebody and sort of like be showing them around. So I'm paying this guy £80. So when he comes, my first question to him will be, right, you're a cleaner, do you know how to clean? That will be my first question, because I don't want to be showing him around, showing him what to do. The job is to take care of the flat and make it spotless, so when the landlord comes tomorrow afternoon to inspect, it will be flawless. Right, that's what I'm looking for. So just to wind up, I want to go back to the Christian guy. I say Facebook has banned me before for saying that Christians are useless. In my experience, they are. And the reason in the Bible it says we should be ye therefore perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. So I used another example. I said, my sister doesn't weigh much. I weigh more than her. And so I used the example, and I said, if I needed to get her down the stairs, there are only 2 men I know who could carry her down 4 flights of stairs. And the reason, even though I know a lot of men, I couldn't ask any of the others is because they don't take care of themselves. They're out of shape. And heaven forbid they should stumble and drop her or something, or worse, have a heart attack in the process of trying to help with that, what's the word I'm looking for, with that task. Right, so literally, people think that exercising, like for myself, I go to the gym because I'm vain, because I want to look good. Before I came here with my sister, my landlord used to, whenever fabrics used to arrive, my landlord would ask me if I want him to carry them up the stairs, and I always would say no, because the time might come when I have to do it myself. So I live my life in such a way that if I need to do something, I can, if push comes to shove, I can do it myself and not have to rely on the help that isn't gonna come. Sometimes I'm carrying 50-meter rolls of fabric up the stairs independently, up 4 flights of stairs, because I've trained myself to be able to do that. So when I speak about these things, such as, people want to consume my time, but in return they have nothing to offer. So it's all take and no give. I don't do it because I'm complaining. I'm doing it to make a point. I'm not doing it so that people will take stock and go and try to do better. That's entirely up to each individual. I'm doing it to make a point so that people can understand why I feel the way I do about human beings and why I feel the way I do about Christians. I said to the Christian man that the help that has been offered by Christians is that they will pray, or they've invited us to church. That's it. That's the only help that's been forthcoming. Anyway, I've arrived at my destination, so I'll leave it here. Have a lovely day. Take care. Bye-bye.